You got to stop being so hard on yourself and just realize that this is a marathon, not a sprint. But as long as you're getting better every day, mission accomplished. A man matures through early mornings, late nights, pain, losses, disrespect, disappointments, deep reflection, and moments of loneliness with just you. I believe that life is how you see it. If you decide it's bad and the world is traumatic and horrible, then it is. Whether you consciously know this or it's subconscious, you're trying to choose optimism. You're trying to choose offense. You're trying to choose win. Hold on to that and don't let anybody drag you into the alternative. Life is how you see it. Choose optimism and hope versus cynicism and fear. And what I began to realize is that the mind is the matrix in and of itself. Because I can tell you right now, today in this moment, I promise you, the matrix has you. This is water to a fish. Water is so ubiquitous it ceases to exist. Now we all have that same thing, and it's playing on us, and it's keeping us from becoming who we want to become. And that thing is our mindset. It's our belief system. It is so ever present. It is so ingrained into the fabric of who you are. And the way that you process data, you don't even notice it. You don't even know that it's real. And this is the thing that impacts your life. It is your inability to see that your mindset controls everything, that it is water in and of itself. Now, when I heard this from Shakespeare, I realized that one should become aware of the water. You can change everything, that you can go from a scared, lost kid to whomever you want to be. There's a lesson in this story. So many things are trying to come to you. So many doors are trying to open, but we're so attached to who we've been that we can't quite become all of who we're supposed to be. There becomes a time when you no longer fit in your own story. There's a new part 2 trying to be born for you, and it requires you to own every part of the past, but own every part of the possibility. And on the other side of that, the diamonds that will drop out of your mouth, the diamonds that will come birthing from your soul, the seeds that will be planted, and the harvest that will grow, you will be barely recognizable. But better than that are the people around you. Because when you change, you is just one person. But when you become a force to be reckoned with, then your voice permeates. You are who you've been looking for. So stop looking for more, unless you're looking in the mirror. Because it's about time for you to see clearly that you are who you've been looking for. And that empty feeling you got, that hole in your chest, you only got that feeling because you think you're not blessed with everything you be. And yes, love is the answer. Love is the key. But if you can't love yourself, how can you ever love me? And loving yourself, what does that even mean? Like massages and selfies and that sort of thing? Because the more I think about it, the more it feels weird. I've always been taught that arrogance is bad and vanity is not good. What should I do? How should I act? I'm supposed to love myself. But how do I even do that? How many of you within the course of your lifetime have the capacity to be peaceful? The capacity to be peaceful, if you have the capacity to be peaceful, then you are already moving in the right direction. Because we as human beings naturally and innately have the capacity to be peaceful. Because when we are at peace with ourselves, we are experiencing our enlightened consciousness. Yes, so this is how transformation works. We have to let go of all the golden carrots that have been dackled in front of us of success, of accumulation, of being more. Because more isn't necessarily more. Do you understand that? Pain plus reflection equals progress.
If you take away reflection out of that equation, all you're left with is pain. Right? If pain plus reflection equals progress and you take away reflection, all you're left with is pain. There's no progress. And for a lot of us, when we're experiencing pain, when we're experiencing stress, when we're experiencing pressure, when we're experiencing challenges, we forget to reflect. If you have something in your heart, go for it. Chase it. Give it all you've got and find out where it takes you. The opportunity right now to chase your dreams. You only got one life. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You're right back where you started. Chase those dreams, man. I try to tell that to every kid I ever meet. Chase your dreams. Nothing's too crazy. You believe it, make them believe it. We're really quick to forget that the day we're living today is a day we dreamed of 10 years ago. But there's a part of your life that is exactly the life that you wanted. And when you forget that,
you lose out on recognizing you're already living in the dream and that you already have the power to create that future dream because you've already done it once. Knock me down 19 times, I'm going to get up 20. Tell me I can't do something, I'm going to make it my mission to show you I can. I'm going to fail, but I won't quit. I'm going to lose, but eventually I will win. I'm insane when it comes to becoming the best version of myself. Only live once. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. The latest research in neuroscience says you can change your brain just by thinking. So then as you begin to think about a new possibility and your brain begins to fire in new sequences and new patterns and new combinations, and you begin to plan your behaviors and you begin to review in your mind, mentally rehearse who you're going to be in your life. Now your brain is no longer a record of the past. Now it's in fact a map to the future. Gotta build yourself into someone who is resilient enough and mentally tough enough and has the fortitude and the grit and the belief and all of the things required to push through these difficult times that most people aren't even willing to go through. There is nobody that you look up to that became that person without a tremendous amount of hardship. There's nobody that you look up to that became a successful, inspiration to you without going through a lot of pain. When you think of the stories and the people that inspire you, the reason they inspire you is because what they went through to get where they are, not because of just where they are. Everybody loves a hero. People line up for them, cheer them, scream their names, and years later they'll tell how they stood in the rain for hours just to get a glimpse of the one who taught them to hold on a second longer. I believe there's a hero in all of us that keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes us noble, and finally allows us to die with pride. Even though sometimes we have to be steady in and give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams. Confidence isn't about everything going right. It's about trusting your ability to bounce back stronger. You've made it through every hard thing so far, so don't doubt your ability now. Confidence is a skill that you build one decision at a time, and it starts with trying. You try, you learn, you get better, you become more competent. And over time, confidence shows up easier because you earned it through action. The biggest breakthroughs happen when you're done. Done with shrinking, done with waiting, done with the version of you that plays small. In the endless murmur of judgment, true peace is born not from seeking approval, but from mastering the quiet art of walking alone, unwavering towards your own truth. Easy choices, hard life. Hard choices, easy life. The hard choices, what we most fear doing, asking, saying, these are very often exactly what we most need to do. You see people who do big things and you automatically say, that guy's so lucky, she's so lucky. You don't know that. You assuming that. Going to work every day for 20 years and grinding your ass off and then becoming a multimillionaire, that's not luck. That's action and reaction. Quit using the word luck. Quit believing in luck and start believing in work. Start believing in results that come from your actions. Stop telling your visions to other people because they're not going to see it. Why you keep imagining opening a business? Why you keep imagining graduating, getting a better job? Why you keep imagining buying a house? Why you keep imagining getting rich one day? Why you keep imagining that? Because God is talking to you. He's showing you something that he has to you. It's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say you got to be balanced to be the best in the world at what you do. You have to be unbalanced to find every bit of ink and energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And it takes being obsessed where people think you're crazy. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? You have to lose your fear of failure. Failure is part of the process. People who never fail Never try. You have to fail. You gotta get it wrong to get it right. Music. When God gives you a dream, and I believe that we all have a dream, God has given each one of us something that's beyond us and hope and aspiration that makes us look beyond. And sometimes the dream is so big, it scares us. But it should inspire us to believe that we can only do it with God's help. The dream is your dream. And sometimes we make a mistake of wanting to share our dreams with everybody. Dreams can get you in trouble. You have dream busters. There's people who don't have a dream and they would try and bring down your dream. God gave your dream to you. Everything that God gives you, God intends for you to achieve and accomplish. Don't have time to regret. We move on because we are acceptable for what we are, not who we think we should be. I'm accepted in myself by what I am, but not as I think I should be, because that's a lie. I'm a sinner. I'm an old sinner. I've done some bad things. I've done some good things. So, you just forgive yourself and move on. These people that you're comparing yourself to, you don't really know. You see their shiny outside, but you don't see the reality of their life. People have hard lives, and the ideal that you're observing that makes you jealous and resentful is in large part an illusion that's created by your own mind. Don't give up.